We must not get to use the spotlight. Whew. Now that our eyes are adjusted back, we got quite the opening ceremony here. All right, starting off here, we got Abby Storms, we got Soph, we got Michaela, we got Adio, and we got Greeley. As the puck comes back, Storms tries to get it back, stopped there by Thompson. On the face-off with Soph, puck goes into the boards, picked up by Cloquet. Cloquet has it behind the net, tries to get a centering pass, tipped into the boards. As Soph has it now, she's going to bring it behind the net. Stops, gives it back to Adio. Adio up to Storms. Now back to Addie. Addie over to Michaela. Michaela looking for some options. She's going to try the other side. They got some pretty good contention there in the back ice as really sends it up down into our zone. As Cloquet brings it up, met by Barton. Barton's going to turn, sends it over to Soph. Soph to Storms. Storms tries to get it into the zone and does. Now look at the line change. As Larson, Akerson, and Roski come on the ice for the Stars. Cloquet with it in their zone. Goes around, tries to get a shot off, stopped by Thompson. Puck over towards the boards. Now pushed up as Roski kind of gets body there, and Cloquet's going to get the puck back. Larson with the steal. Whoops, and as they're going to be pinched into the boards, Roski's going to come out with it, sends it back to Larson. Larson's trying to battle it out. Now Akerson getting in there. Akerson comes out with it, sends it back to Larson. Larson tries to get a centering pass, now picked back up to Akerson. Akerson back to Larson. To Roski. Shot there by Akerson, deflected. And Cloquet is going to come back out with it. Nope. Dickerson gets it back to Barton. Barton from the points. She's going to skate up, has some room, takes a shot. Stopped by their goalie. Puck still loose out front. Now sent to the boards as Roski's going to get it back. Turns, sends it out to the point. And here comes Cloquet up to ice. As Wimmer and Jansky check on, along with Rugermer. Barton sends it over to Addie. Addie tries to get it sent down ice, and Cloquet steals it away. Cloquet with it now behind the net. Pressure there by Barton. Now Rugermer. Cloquet sends it out to their point. Point has it, skates up, turns, sends it back down into the corner. Barton behind the net. Rugermer getting it back, sends it up to Jansky. Jansky uses the board, sends it back out to neutral ice. Wimmer on the chase. Now Cloquet has it, sends it up ice. And Kornick's going to come in. And they'll get icing. And we'll go back to the other end. 13:32 left in this first period of play. As Tiana comes on the ice, along with Michaela, Sophio, and Storms and Greeley on the ice for the Stars. As Sophie has it, goes for a centering pass, deflected there by the goalie. And Cloquet is going to come up. Michaela racing back for the puck, gets it, has it now behind Thompson, gives it up to Storms. Storms has it now, goes in front around one defender, loses it, and Cloquet has it, sends it back down into the corner. Really to battle it out. Now to Tiana. Tiana sends it across over to Storms. Cloquet picks it off again. Takes a shot, stopped by Thompson. Rebounded by Greeley. Greeley turns, sends it up ice. See if Storms can get there in time. As Cloquet is going to turn, send it down, and that should be icing. Yep. So we'll go back down here with 12:36 remaining in the first period. Larson, Akerson, Roski, Kornick, and Barton check on for the Stars. Roski to face off. Sends the puck back to Barton. Barton sends it down. Akerson tries to get a shot off. And here comes Cloquet up the ice. That one buzzes past the front of the tower. Out to their point. Point fires one down. Deflected by Barton. Rebounded by Kornick. And now Akerson has it behind the net. Sends it up to Larson along the boards as she gets pinched. Cloquet is going to come and pick it back up. And now it goes back to Roski. Roski's got some room as she'll bring it across center ice. Turns, sends it down deep. Rugermer, Adio, Wimmer, Jansky, and Michaela come on for the Stars. As Jansky gets it out to neutral ice. Comes back for it, passes it to Rugermer, loses it. Now here comes Cloquet. And Wimmer gets it back. She's going to turn, sends it down deep into the zone. Cloquet trying to push it up. Picked up at neutral ice by Jansky. Gives it to Adio. And she loses it in her feet. Here comes Cloquet up the ice. Into the corner as Addie races back down there to stop it. Wimmer, Addie, now to Michaela. Michaela pushing it up to Wimmer. Wimmer goes to punch it out of the zone and does. Puck at neutral ice. Now into the zone by Cloquet. Jansky gets it to Rugermer. Now Cloquet gets it back, sends it back down into the zone. 10:46 remaining. As Addie sends it across, now back down into the zone. Turns, sends it against the boards. Now their point gets it down into the corner. She's going to skate up. Jansky plucks it away. Addie turns, sends it down ice. That was tipped, so there should not be icing. And they are going to call it. That was tipped. .10:21 remaining. As Storms, Barton, Greeley, Sophie, and Tiana are on the ice. The puck comes out as Storms is going to push it up. Cross center ice now into the zone. And they're going to get a penalty as they push Storms down as they were going. And that'll be a River Lakes power play with 10:07 remaining in the first period. The Akerson to face off. Puck goes into the boards. Now over to Roski. Roski out to Storms. Storms back down into Roski. Roski tries to send it off to Michaela. Gets some pressure on her. Now Storms comes down to help. Tries to kick it out to Michaela, and Cloquet is going to clear the zone. Addie races down there. Gives it to Storms. Storms is going to turn. Comes up ice. Now to neutral. And here they come into the zone. Takes a shot, blocked by their goalie. As the puck comes back to Michaela at the point, she's going to turn, skates, takes a shot, and covered by their goalie. As Soph gets it, sends it to Olsen. Larson sends it down. Now back over here to Barton. Barton turns, sends it back to Greeley. Greeley across over to Larson. And Cloquet is able to clear it down. They're going to send it down to Thompson, who stops that one, sends it towards the boards. 51 seconds remaining on this power play. 8:55 remaining in the period. As Soph gets a little pressure there with Barton by Cloquet. Larson looking to try and push it up, gets it to Soph. Soph's going to bring it across center ice, now across the blue line, into the zone. Stops, looks to set something up here. Gets it to Larson. Larson comes up, takes a shot, deflected. Soph tries to get in there and send one back towards the net, but unable to. 15 seconds on the power play left. As Adio comes out with it, now behind the net. Sends it across over to Larson, off their stick, into the neutral zone. 4 seconds remaining. And they'll send it back down into the zone, and they're back to full strength. Borowski with it now. She's going to turn, brings it up ice. Has it plucked away, but kept in the zone. Storms has it now, takes a shot, deflected. Borowski with it now, trying to get it back in there. Puck's still loose. Borowski getting it back. Now back out to Michaela. She's going to turn, sends one down, right into the chest of the Cloquet player, and they're going to turn, send it down. That should be icing now. Yep, with 7:28, we'll stay down here, and we'll get a line change. Rugemer, Wimmer, Jansky, Tiana, and Barton now on the ice for the Stars. Rugemer to face off. Puck drop. Rugemer to Widmer. Widmer out to Barton. Wimmer. Why I keep saying that. Barton gets a nice shot off there from the point. They were planning that one. Rugemer to face off. Puck stays in the center there. Now Cloquet is going to come out with it. We got a 2-on-2 going against Barton. Takes a shot glove saved by Thompson. 7:13 left in the period. Greeley, Storms, Yadio, Kornick, and Greeley come on the ice for the Stars. So faces up, goes back to Addy. Addy behind the net, turns. Looking for some options, passes it up to Greeley. Greeley has it on the far side. Now centers to Soap. Soap brings it into the zone, gets some pressure, and has it plucked away. Storm's getting it back. Trying to get it back in there, and it's just back and forth in the neutral zone here. Now sent down in the zone as Kornick's going to pick it up. Stops, turns, looks, sends it to Greeley. Greeley sends it across over to Storms. Jumps her stick. Now at neutral ice with it. And Storms is going to get called for that one. Which will put River Lakes on a penalty kill. There's 6:27 left in the period. Grosky to face off. Out to their point. Point has it, turns, makes a move. Comes up, takes a shot, glove saved by Thompson. How many do I get? I'll do 5. Sorry, just trying to do some chuck-a-puck here. Little kids here. As the puck comes over, you can just pick 5 for me and write them down. Oh, Casey. .111 left in the penalty kill. As Sophie faces off, sends it over. As Cloquet will have it. Oop. Oh, you're fine. Oop. Thanks, guys. Puck comes down into the zone, and their Point's going to have it now. Takes a shot, stopped by Thompson. Now picked up by Cloquet. Pinched along the boards by Tiana. Goes for a shot, another stop there by Thompson. 27 seconds left in this penalty kill. As Kornick and Barton, Rugemer, and Wimmer on the ice for the Stars. Puck comes out. Point sends it down along the boards. Now back to their point. Point sends it back down. 15 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. Puck out at the point. Goes for another shot. Deflected. Now into the corner as Barton's going to battle it out. Puck out front, comes back here, and we should be back to full strength as Storms checks on. Jansky comes out of the bin. Now Jansky checks on. 4:15 remaining in the period. As Wimmer has it, brings it up to neutral ice. Now plucked away by Jansky. She comes into the zone, takes a shot just a bit outside. As Roski's able to keep it in there. Now to Wimmer. Wimmer takes a shot, buzzes past the front of the tower. And Roski turns, sends it down into the zone. Puck over towards the boards. As Jansky gets in there, sends one down. That's going to be stopped by their goalie and covered. 3:38 remaining. Akerson, Larson, Michaela, Adio, and Roski are on the ice now for the Stars. Sorry, I think I missed Akerson on there. Shot there, stopped by Thompson. 3:25 remaining. 0-0 first period. 7 shots on goal for both teams. Roski to face off. Puck goes back to Cloquet. Their point turn, sends it down into the corner. Now behind the net. Goes for a centering pass. Shot stopped by Thompson. Knocked out of the zone. Or not out of the zone, out of the crease. Roski's going to pick it up behind the net. Sends it along the boards to Michaela. And they get the puck back. Shot stopped there by Addy. Good hustle there by Addy O to stop that from happening. And here they come up the ice again. Makes a move. Solf gets in there, stops it. Now into the corner. Okay with it now. Goes for a backhand. Deflected by Storms. Now picked up by Sophie. She's going to turn and send it into the zone. Storms gets it, sends it across. Greeley steals it away. Still battling out. Turns, backhands one down. Stopped by their goalie and covered. Nice job there by Greeley. Keep it from going the opposite direction. Barton and Tiana. Sophie. Greeley and Storms on the ice for the Stars. As Soph gets it to Greeley. Greeley over to Barton. Barton sends it down into the corner. As the puck's trying to get it out of the zone with Cloquet. Now to neutral ice. As Barton gets tackled. So we're going to go on a power play. As Adios sends one down. Cloquet with it now, trying to get it out there. Gets it to Addie. Addie from the point. Sends it across over to Michaela. She turns, sends one down. Just a bit outside. Now back to Addie. Addie all the way across the Storms. Storms back to Michaela. Michaela from the point shoots and stopped by their goalie. 47 seconds left. 126 on the power play. Wimmer. Soph. Greeley. Barton and Larson on the ice now. As Cloquet turns, sends one down and around. Over here to Cloquet. They turn and send one down, but Larson races down there and gets the puck back. 33 seconds remaining. As Sophie brings it up, now into the zone. Comes across the center, loses it. They'll have to reset quick. 22 seconds remaining, a minute on the power play. Wimmer sends it across over to Soph. Soph's going to dump it into the zone. As Barton tries to race in there, now Greeley from center ice sends it across over to Wimmer. Wimmer back to Larson. Larson shot and glove saved by their goalie. 1.9 seconds remaining. .9 left on the clock for the first period. And that's going to end the first period of play. Still knotted up at 0. We'll be back for second period of play. All right, puck drop for second period as we go in a power play yet for the 36 seconds. Storms turn, sends it down into the zone. Roski to chase. Roski with it now, sends it across over to Storms behind the net. Storms in the corner, looking, shot up and in the corner. And River Lakes will take a 1-0 lead. Nice hard shot there by Storms. Put her right in the corner. As Soph will face off. Okay with it now. Pushes it down into the zone. Puck now over here to Greeley. Greeley turns, sends it across over to Soph. Now to Greeley. Greeley turns, sends one down, deflected by the goalie, rebounded by Storms. Back to Greeley. Greeley tries to do a wraparound, has it deflected. Now sent back out to the point as Storms will chase. We have, we're in a penalty. I'm like, holy crap, we have 6 people. But we're going on another power play. Didn't see the ref's arm up. I was counting. I'm like, got 6 people on the ice. Looks like a hooking. As Akerson will face off. Over to Storms. Now to Michaela. Michaela back to Storms. Excuse me. Storms takes a shot. Glove saved by their goalie. As Akerson faces off, goes to Michaela. Michaela to Addie. Oh, Addie tore. And then to Roski. And we'll go up 2-0 within the first minute 15 of the second period. Good rebound there by Roski, setting it home for the goal. As Rugemer faces off. Okay, brings it into their zone. Barton with it now, turns, sends it to Widmer, or Widmer again. What the heck, Wimmer? Now down to Rugemer, over to Barton. Barton into the corner to Wimmer. Now Coquet will try and send it out. Barton will get it, turns, sends it back down into the zone. 15-11 left in the second period. Coquet will have it. Brings it to neutral ice, now into the zone. Met by Jansky. Taps that one away, picked off by Addy. And Coquet will turn and send it back down in there. Michaela will come from behind the net. Turns, gives it to Jansky. Jansky sends it across over to Adio. Adio will turn. Sends it up to Wimmer, has it stolen away. And Rugemer will pass it up to Wimmer. Wimmer will bring it across. Now into the zone, knocks it down deep. And Coquet will come out with it. Barton races in there, sends it back down. Now along the boards as Soph will chase. Really getting in there now. Now Kornick turns, sends one down. Storms will pick it up along the boards out to Barton. Barton back down into Storms. Sophie will pick it up behind the net. She'll be pinched by 2 players along the boards. Now Soph sends it, or Storm sends it out. We'll have to reset because Barton's going to pick it up in the back ice. Sends it up to Storms. Storms goes into the zone. Now over to Soph. Soph over to Greeley. Greeley turns, tries to get a shot off. Just a little bit of a whiff. And Cloquet is coming up the ice with it. Now across center ice. Now into the zone. Takes a shot. Stopped by Thompson. Just makes it easy. Makes it look like that job's easy in that net. Tiana, Baraski, Larson, Akerson, and Michaela on the ice for the Stars. As Roski will face off. Sends it over to Michaela. Michaela uses the board. Tries to get it back to Roski. That one's going to sneak by. Akerson's got some open ice. She's going to come up. Takes a shot. Stopped by their goalie. Now sent into the corner. As Larson sends it back to Akerson. Akerson has it in the corner. Gives it to Larson. Akerson was going down, but had a great pass there to Larson. And Michaela's got it now. Here she comes up the ice. Takes a shot. Tipped into the backboards. Now Larson will get it at neutral ice to Tiana. She'll knock it down to Roski. As Wimmer checks on. Okay, trying to push it up the ice. That one's going to get snuck. It's going to sneak past and now get into the zone. As Cloquet will get it. Stopped by Thompson. 12:09 remaining in the second period. Barton and Kornick. Greeley. Soph. And who else? Another shot there, stopped by Thompson. Storms are all on the ice now. Sophie Olsen, the face-off. Pushes the puck forward. Greeley picks it up. Bring the camera with. Greeley skates down with it. Now behind the net. Sends it out to Barton. Barton back to Greeley. That one's going to get turned and sent down. And they're going to get called for icing. So we'll go back down to this end where we want to play. 11:45 left in the second period. As Sophie goes to face off. Puck drop. Still at their feet. Now back to Storm. She takes a shot off the pipe. Goes into the corner. As Kornick stops it from going out of the zone, pushing it in there. And it goes right back to Cloquet, and they're going to push it out. Barton's going to get it in the back ice. Tries to clear the zone, but Cloquet's right there to keep it in. Cloquet sends it back to their point. Point fires one down. Deflected by Thompson into the boards where Soph will pick it up. She's going to turn, sends it down deep. They wave off icing as Storms is paddling along the boards. And they're going to call roughing on Storms, I have a feeling. As Storms will go to the sin bin for roughing. And we'll go on a penalty kill. As their point has it. Turns, tries to make a move. Roski gets in there and sends it down. Nice job there by Peyton Roski. Larson Gets down there, gives him a little pressure. Goes for a shot, stopped by Thompson. Puck into the boards. Now Roski turns, sends it down deep again. A minute and a half left in this penalty kill. As they come behind their own net looking for the start of their offense, of their penalty, their power play. And Michaela's going to get in there and disrupt it. As they come into the zone, they take a shot. Glove saved there by Thompson. 1:09 remaining in the power play for them. Penalty kill for us. 10:04 left in the second period. The apple cider's really good. Sophie O to face off. Puck into the boards. Cloquet has it. They send it down and around. Barton's going to try and get back there. As Greeley gets her stick in on that one and sends it down. Sophie racing down there. Excuse me. 41 seconds left on the penalty kill. Greeley again turns, sends it out of the zone. Out to neutral ice. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. They skate down looking for options. Sends it back. Shot stopped by Thompson. Oh, it tipped in. Thompson had it stopped, and then their player jumped in there and just tipped it with her stick, and we got a 1-2 game. Roski to face off. Comes back to Kornick. Kornick turns, tries to send it up to Akerson. Now over to Adio at neutral ice. Getting it back is Akerson. Akerson using the boards, gets it over to Roski. Roski taps it into the zone. And that announcer is really loud. As Cloquet is going to turn, brings it up to neutral ice. Now into the zone. Puck into the corner, where Kornick is getting a stick on it. Roski with a head of steam comes out, turns, knocks it down deep. We'll get a line change as Rugemer and Wimmer check on. Adio getting in there. Now she's pinched along the board, sends it up to Jansky. Jansky has it, tries to push forward, has it stolen away. Now just a little, some slappy back. Another shot stopped by Thompson. 7:47 remaining in the period. Michaela, Soap, Greeley, Tiana, and Storms on the ice for the Stars. As Michaela pushes it up to Greeley. Greeley over to Soap, now to Storms. Storms turns, knocks it out to neutral ice, picked up by Cloquet. And that should... Storms takes a shot right into the gut of the goalie. 7:26 remaining in the second period. As puck comes out, Michaela sends it back down into Storms. Now over to neutral ice. Cloquet is going to push it into the zone. Shot there, stopped by Thompson. Now another one, stopped by Thompson. Puck's loose along there. It's another one, stopped by Thompson. She lost her stick, and there's the whistle. A little excitement. Nice job there by Lillian Thompson. Just non-stop moving. As Rugemer faces off, puck goes towards the boards to Kornick. Kornick's trying to push it up, gets it to neutral ice. Now into the zone. Puck sent across to Rugemer. Now to Jansky. Now to Rugemer. That one's going to slow roll in there. Jansky almost scored herself in their goal. And the puck comes out. Wimmer tries to keep it in the zone and tripped over the blue line. Fell under Tushki, and here comes Cloquet. Stopped by Barton. Barton gets the puck back. She's going to bring it up. Goes around one defender. She's got some open ice. Now into the corner to Wimmer. Wimmer tries to push it down. Michaela turns, backhands one back to Rugemer. Now over to Jansky. Takes a shot and in! Boom! As Grosky will face off. Over to Larson. Larson will turn. Sends it down into the zone. Shot into the gut. As they battle that one out, puck comes out to Adio. Adio tries to send one down, goes into the gut. She comes down, battles that one back, gets the puck back. Now up back out to neutral ice. As Roski gets in there, tries to send one down again. Peyton not being able to play last game because of a concussion. Has sure been a vital player in this game. Puck out to neutral ice. As Storm gets a stick on that one. Gets it to Adio. Adio will have it behind the net. Turns, knocks it over to Tiana. Tiana will pick it up. Tries to push it forward. Adio with it behind the net again. To Storm. Storm's using the board. She's going to push it forward. She's going to, in a race, gets to it. Then gets pushed against the boards. No call there. Now to Greeley. Greeley tries to push one forward. And that one's going to sneak out of the zone as Barton's going to pick it up at neutral ice. Oh, that one got stolen away. Comes up, tries to get a shot off. Missed it off the pipe. Now Storms has it, brings it out of the zone to neutral ice, sends it across. And they're going to battle it out along the bench here. As Barton will get it back, sends it across over to Storms. Storms pushing forward to Soph. Now into the zone. as Kornick sent it in there. Now out to Jansky. She's got some open ice. Comes up, takes a shot, buzzes past the front of the tower. As Storms will get it out of there. Or Adio back to Kornick. Now to Jansky. Jansky from the top sends it across into Rugemer. Now to Wimmer. Takes a shot, almost tipped. And the puck comes back to Kornick. Kornick from the point turns, sends it down into Rugemer. Rugemer with it again in the corner. Wimmer comes in to help. As they battle it back, Jansky turns, sends it down deep into the zone. Now over to Wimmer. Now to Kornick. Kornick sends one down, stopped by the goalie and covered. Sorry, Cloquet bringing it up. Tries to get a move, stopped by Thompson. Puck goes into the corner. Cloquet sends it out to their point. Now down to the corner. Out to the point again. Shot there, blocked in the shins by Larson. Point tries to send one down. Roski picking it up again, sends it across over to Akerson. She back ones to Larson. Larson's got some open room. She's going to stop, tries to get it back to Akerson, gets some pressure, and they're going to battle along the boards for it. Michaela turns, sends it down into the corner. Now out to neutral ice. She's got a head of steam as she comes into the zone. Slides past the front of the goalie. Now into the boards is Greeley as she's going to push it forward. She's got some open room. And Cloquet knocks that one towards the boards. Tries to push one forward, and there's the whistle. Nice job there by Greeley to stay with it. Minute 5 remaining in the period. Sophie will face off, puck to Greeley. Greeley out to Barton. Barton turns, sends it down into the zone. Puck now behind the net as Cloquet will come out with it. Uses the board, sends it back out. Barton tries to backhand it in, and Cloquet comes out with it. Barton will get it back now with 48 seconds remaining in the second period. She's going to send it up to Solf. Nice pass there by Barton. But Cloquet pinches and is able to keep it from keeping her from going down into the zone further. 33 seconds remaining. As Kornick turns, sends it over to Barton. Barton sends it up ice to neutral. And they're along the boards here with 5 seconds left. Kornick sends it up to Solf, 2 seconds left. Now it's going to go into the zone, and that should end the second period. As the Stars take a 1-3 lead over Cloquet. We'll be back after this one. I would have had it, but I think somebody's right along the cone. Yep. Otherwise, mine was the next one right there. All right, third period of play. Now change it on my. There we go. Save. All right, we're officially in the third period now. Storms, Adio, Soph, Michaela, and Greeley on the ice for the Stars as they drop the puck. Crookston pushing it down in Crookston. Wow. Cloquet pushing it down into the zone. In the corner. As the puck comes out, Greeley with it. Sends it across ice, has it deflected. Stolen away by Storms, comes up, shot, blocked by their goalie. And there's a penalty as that girl pushed Soph head first into the boards. So we're going to go on a penalty kill, or a power play. The Akerson, Roski, Storms, Michaela, Adio on the ice for the Stars. Puck comes back to Michaela. He backhands one in, trying to get it to Akerson. And the puck gets sent down ice. As Storms will pick it up. Turns, brings it up ice. Neutral, now into the zone. And we get a whistle for offsides. Varsity will face off. Puck drop, sit back to Addie. Addie at neutral ice. Sends it across over to Michaela. Michaela tries to push it forward. Keeps going. Now into the zone. Michaela looking for some options. Sends it out to Storms. Storms is going to step up. Takes a shot off of Akerson's thigh. And the puck is loose. And runs it back down with 1:08 remaining in this power play. Michaela will pick it up behind the back net. Gives it to Storms. As Barton checks on. Storms goes between two players, gets it plucked away, and then sent down ice with 50 seconds remaining on the power play. She'll race back down, picks it up, over to Barton. Barton sends it up ice to Greeley. Greeley will bring it into the zone. Now back to Soap. Soap plucks it forward again to Greeley. And they'll send it back down. That one was on goal as Thompson stopped that one. Soap with it now. Turns, looks, sends it across. Now to Barton. Barton to Soap. Now Wimmer's going to battle it out in there. Puck gets knocked out over to Larson. She'll go turn, knock it down. And we're back to full strength. As Cloquet sends it to center ice, she's got some open ice. Adio's got to get back. And they do. Nice job there. Well, Larson with it now, brings it up ice, turns, knocks it down deep. As Roski, Akerson, and Kornick check on, along with Michaela. As the puck gets knocked away there by Michaela, down into the boards, now behind the net. As Kornick has it. Sends it back to Roski. Now back to Michaela. Michaela goes, pushes it forward. 13:33 remaining in the game. Now into the zone, and Roski was just a smidge ahead of time. It was pretty close. There's Storms and Soph and Greeley. Barton and Tiana are on the ice. Storms pushes it down into the zone. Okay with it. Trying to clear it out of the zone. That one gets knocked right into Soph. As Barton has it behind the net. Trying to clear it out of the zone. Storm's getting in there. Pinched along the boards. Storms is going to come out with it. Sends it up to Greeley. She tries to pluck it down into the zone. And that one's going to get stolen away. Cloquet's going to bring it up, but Adio just comes in there and swipes it away. Now Greeley picks it up, has it behind the net. And sends it down deep, as we'll get a line change. And they'll get called for icing. Kornick, Adio, Wimmer, Jansky, and Rugemer on the ice for the Stars. 12-12 remaining in the game. Shots on goal, 21-25. As Rugemer faces off, sends it to Addy. Addy using the board, sends it over to Wimmer. Wimmer to Rugemer. And the puck gets back to neutral ice. And Cloquet's going to steal it away. Try and set something up back here. Wimmer getting in there. As Cloquet brings it in, goes for a shot, blocked by Thompson. Sent into the boards. As Rugemer's going to battle it out along the boards. Puck comes out to Wimmer. Wimmer sends it across over to Jansky. Now Addy's got it. Neutral ice comes along the benches. Turns, sends it down deep. We'll get a line change. There's Roski and Larson. Check on. And now Akerson. Okay, turns, dumps it deep. Picked up by Michaela. Okay, knocking it into the corner. Larson trying to send it out of the zone. And that time, Roski knocked it out. But Cloquet got it back and sent it back down deep. Now Tiana gives it to Akerson. Akerson sends it across ice over to Larson. Larson's going to turn, knock it down deep. Roski to chase. Cloquet is going to come back with it now. Goes for a shot way up and over. High fly ball. As their point tries to send one down, deflected into the boards. Larson along the boards, trying to get it away. She does, turns, and sends it down, and they'll call icing. The First, I thought that was the Baby Shark song coming on. 9:50 remaining in the game. As face off with Soap goes to Cloquet. Puck now behind the net. Storms comes out with it. Brings it across center ice. Into the zone. Deflected there by Cloquet. Michaela's going to pick it up. Sends it back down into Storms. Storms tries to get a centering pass. Soap's going to pick it up. Sends it across over to Michaela. Michaela from the point takes a shot. Deflected. Soap comes in for the rebound. Tries to get another shot out. Deflected by their goalie. Puck comes back to Michaela. She uses the boards. Now sends it down, but Cloquet was there to knock it out of the zone. They're going to wave off icing with 8:50 remaining. Puck's pushed up to Soph. Soph knocks it into the zone. Puck now behind the net. Cloquet with it. As it gets knocked down in the zone, Jansky will chase. Gets the puck back, goes for a centering pass. Nobody was home. But now here comes Cloquet up the ice. There's a shot and stopped by Thompson. As the puck comes out, goes to their point. Point tries to get a shot off, deflected off of Wimmer's skate. Now Rugemer has it, sends it over to Wimmer along the boards. Wimmer pushes it up to Jansky. Jansky gets it at center ice, brings it into the zone, turns, sends it down deep into the zone. Picked up by Rugemer. Rugemer tries to get it centered back to Jansky, who's tied up in front. Now gets it back to Barton. Barton turns, sends it back to Rugemer in the corner. Wimmer comes out with it. Now back to Kornick. Kornick turns, sends it back down deep. Rugemer to chase. And that one's going to get pushed forward. Adio turns, sends it down deep back into the zone. She wants to keep playing at this end. Addie steps up. Puck comes back to Akerson. And now Cloquet is going to come out with it. Cross center ice. Now into the zone. Kornick gets a little stick in down there. Now comes out as Akerson sends it towards the boards. Adio trying to get it out of there. And Thompson covers it with 6:57 remaining. .25 shots on goal for Cloquet. 26 for River Lakes. As Roski will face off. Puck drop. Now in towards the boards. Roski sends it across out of the zone. Larson gets at it. Now Akerson has it. She'll bring it into the zone. Akerson turns, sends it back out to Tiana, who tries to push it back in there. Now Larson gets it, takes a shot, and stopped by their goalie. 6:32 left in the game. No. Akerson to face off. Pushes it over to Roski. And that one's going to sneak out as Cloquet is going to bring it up. Roski got her stick in on it, deflected that one. Now to Akerson. Now back to Roski. Roski sends it across over to Larson. Larson's going to bring it up across the blue line. Knocks it down deep behind the zone as Soph will chase. Tiana sends it back down to Soph. Soph to Storms. Oh, just missed that pass. And it'll sneak down as Greeley will chase after. Picks it up. Now gets it up to Michaela. Michaela using the boards trying to get it out of the zone and does. Now it's at neutral ice as Soph will chase. A little slappy sticks at neutral ice. Finally gets knocked down into the zone. Cloquet with it now at neutral ice. Now into the zone, takes a shot. Stopped by Thompson. Picked up by Barton. Barton up to Greeley. Cloquet gets it at the blue line. Now brings it into their zone. Barton knocks it out of him, gives him to Greeley. Greeley trying to go around the defender. Almost gets there. But Cloquet gets it back with just under 5 minutes to play. Nice job there by Barton. As Storm sends it back over to Kornick. Kornick to Greeley. Greeley turns, sends it out to neutral ice. Storms comes in, puck comes out, Greeley gets it. Puck comes out, now Cloquet gets it. She finds a slippery spot on the ice and goes down. Storms will pick it up. She turns, sends it down deep for icing, and we'll get a line change with 4:20 remaining in the game. Akerson, Larson, Borowski, Adio, and Michaela are on the ice for the Stars. Puck comes back to Cloquet. Now back to Addie. It's like Addie took a stick or something. She's going to come off the ice. Barton will come back on. Puck back to neutral ice, just under 4 minutes now. As Roski has it, turns, knocks it down deep, goes around the defender. Thought it was going to go back behind the net, but Cloquet comes out with it. Nice stick there by Roski. That one gets knocked down into the zone. Barton will chase. Puck's pinched along the boards. Cloquet with it. Now pinched along the boards is Cloquet and Barton. Puck's loose. Comes back to their point. They send it back down. Rugermer with it now. Tries for a centering pass and covered by Thompson. 2:51 remaining in the game. And we got a timeout called on the ice by Cloquet, I believe it was. All right, 2:51 remaining. Stars up 1-3 over Cloquet. As Sophie goes to face off. Looks like Cloquet has left their net wide open for us. They come in front, tries to get a shot, blocked by Thompson. Another one sent down into the corner. They're going to call Michaela on a penalty. Yep. Cross check. Dumb. Didn't look like too much of a. That was kind of a weak call, I believe, in my opinion. As Barton checks on along with Adio. We'll go on a penalty kill as Roski faces off. They're going to send that one down on end. Doesn't make it down to the open net. Didn't want to go. It was too good for its home. And here comes Cloquet with 2:12 remaining. As Barton has it, turns, stops, knocks it into the corner. Picked up by Cloquet. Cloquet back to their point. Just under 2 minutes. Goes for a shot up and over the top of Thompson. Now into the corner. Turns, sends one down deep. Puck at neutral ice. Storms gets it, turns, sends it down deep. That one's going to turn and wrap around. Roski's going to chase. Puck comes out to Soph. Soph gets it, uses the boards, turns, sends it down behind the net. Here comes Cloquet with 1:27 remaining. Has it stolen away. Soph's got it. Backhands it over to Storm or to Greeley. Greeley gets boarded right into the boards and goes down. And that will even up things here. With 1:19 remaining, she will spend the rest of her game in the sin bin. Michaela will come out with about 20 seconds left of the game. And we'll play a little 4-on-4 hockey. Puck comes back to Addie. Addie from neutral ice pushes it. Now Doc knocked down into the corner. Soph to chase. Minute remaining. 27 seconds left on our penalty kill. Puck comes up, shot, blocked by Thompson. Rebounded by Soph. Now Adio will have it. Sends it across over to Barton. Barton turns, sends it up ice to Adio. She's going to bring it across the blue line. Sends it down as their net's wide open again. And they're going to call that on a trip. Come on. Just go back to full strength. As Greeley will go to the sin bin for the rest of the game. 26.9 seconds remaining. Roski, Storms, Barton, and Michaela on the ice. Roski to face off. Puck goes back. Shot from the point. Stopped by Thompson and covered. 22.1 seconds remaining. Roski to face off again. Puck comes out to their point. Point comes up, sends it across the other side, takes a shot, deflected by Thompson. 13 seconds remaining. Their point sends it over to the other side, now into the corner. Coming up, looking for options. Goes in front, not there as Sophie was reading that play, or Roski was reading that play and blocked it from happening. And River Lakes will take a 1-3 30 shots on goal for Cloquet, 28 shots on goal for River Lakes. Girls will load up and head back south. Take a 2.5 hour bus ride. I'm assuming maybe stop for some supper. I know I am. Starting to wither away up here. Next game, I believe, in Alexandria on Tuesday. JV at 5, varsity at 7. And then Thursday, we're back home for a home game. Well, that'll end it.